Hello everyone, this is Jeanette with Simple Card Sunday, and the cartridges that I'm going to be using today are Tie the Knot. And yesterday when I was at Hobby Lobby, they had the cartridges on sale and they actually had some new ones, so I picked up Elmo's Party. I didn't think I would like this cartridge, but when I turned it around and looked at it, it has some really cute images on it, so I decided to go ahead and give it a try. My card base is a standard 5x7 card base that you can get in the craft section at Walmart. My pattern paper is this pattern paper that I got at Archivers a couple of years back, and I just used a piece of scrap to go ahead and cut the background. And to cut this, I used my Provocraft trimmer, and I cut it at the little line before the 5, which would be the 4 7/8, and then I cut it at 6 7/8 and fit it on the back of the card. To cut this little guy, he is Mr. Noodle and he is on page 44. I cut him at 4.5 inches using the regular key. This is the layer you're going to get, and I cut that in black. The next thing I did was using the layer key and the beige cardstock. I used that to cut his little face. Then for his hair, I cut, you're going to use the layers 2 button with the shift key, and it's going to give you these cuts right here. And what you're going to have to do is cut it 2 times in order to get your different color for the front part of his hair. Then I cut his tie, which is the shift key and the key for Mr. Noodle, and it's right there. Then I cut his nose and his little parts of his ear, and that is using the layer 4 button, the shift, and it's right there. After they were cut, I went ahead and I cut his tie. I used the embossing folder for my Cuddle Bug. It's the circles and dots one, and I embossed his little tie. The one piece I did tell you, I forgot to tell you to cut was this little layer right here, and he's on the layer 3 key, and that's going to give you the little white bow tie. So I went ahead and layered everything onto the card base. I started with his face, layered his tie, then put that part, the white part of his tie. I layered his hair, and to make this little part that's sticking up front, I went ahead and used a pop dot on that, added his eyebrows, then put his nose and his little ears on. I added a piece of ribbon before I put him onto the card. And then using Tie the Knot cartridge on page 65, it's this one that's the little banner, and it's the monogram key. I'm sorry, it's the tag key. It's this part right here. And I went ahead and I cut the tag thinking I was going to go ahead and use it on the background. And then after it cut, I liked the way it just left the true love, and that's what I was left with. So there was the tag, and I liked the way the true love looked better. So I went ahead using my zig stick. I added the true love to the top, and that completed the card for this segment. I just wanted something that was a fun and whimsical card, and this is what I came up with. I did do another card from Tie the Knot. I'm sorry, from the Elmo Party one. And it was this little card right here. And it says, "Happy Birthday." To do this one, I used this is like a note card size, and then I trimmed my paper 1/8 of an inch shorter on that. Then I layered the birthday cake, And I'm going to show you a bigger version of that. This one kind of, to me, was confusing at first, but here's the bigger version of that little cake. Let me see if I can figure out what page that was on real quick. There's right after Mr. Noodle. That cake is right here on page 46, and I went ahead and cut the cake out at 2.5 inches, 3 inches, somewhere in there. And then I layered, I cut the candles in 3 different colors of cardstock and yellow paper for the flames. Then I cut the platter using pink, and that's on the shift key of the cake part. The candles are on layer 2 and it's shift. The layered part of the cake is layer 1. And then I cut the frosting using the shift and the key for the cake. And then to cut the eyes, you use layer 3, and you have to cut that twice on black and then on white. And then the little eyebrows are on the layer 4 key, so that's the shift, and it gives you the little eyebrows. What gave me fits with this cartridge is the eyes right here. There's actually 2 sets of eyes there. Let me zoom in a little bit. There's actually 2 sets of eyes there, so you could decide on which ones you wanted to put. So I was trying to layer everything together, and that wasn't how it went. So I used these little eyes right here. And what you do is you layer the black eye, the part of the black of the eye, and then this little part that was this key right here is this part here that's the pink. Then I went ahead and you add the white to that, and then I added googly eyes. And on this one right here, I added stickles to the frosting and to the candle tops. When you layer this card, put your flames on first. So I discovered that mistake with this one. So I had to put the flames on first, then I layered my candles, then I layered the bottom piece, which was for the platter. Then I added the 2 pieces that were the cake part, and I put them on the die cut. Then I went ahead and added the frosting for this part here and this one, and then you add the eyes. Hopefully that'll save you a little bit of the grief that I had doing this card. Anyway, those are my 2 cards for today. The happy birthday one and the true love card. Thank you for joining me for another Simple Card Sunday, and I'll see you next week. Good night.